Well, how are we doing this morning?
46%. So
we'd be freaking out if we still had our AGMs.
Yeah. 46% on these is just fine. So the Redodo batteries, they've been a big game changer for us. It's important to understand that that is 2 days without any significant kind of solar. We've had cloudy weather, and so the solar has kind of been kaput, and that is where they have been after 2 full days of use with all of our appliances, everything we wanted to use, without really rationing anything. We will have to see how at the end of the day today where they are, because we obviously don't really want them to drop into the 10 or 20% overnight. And if we don't get any more solar today, we'll have to charge them back up with our generator. So one of the things that we've discovered is that the inverter, when it is on just by itself, it uses up a certain amount of power just to stay active. So if we are able to turn it off at night, we actually save a significant amount of power. But with the new batteries, we don't actually have to do that overnight. Really, the only thing the inverter is doing at nighttime is charging things like an iPad or a laptop, or running like the ice maker. But we have a child who's a teenager and likes to be online late at night. So I would say that a significant part of our power drain comes after dark. Laptops, iPads, FaceTime, video games, whatever, with friends. And it's unfortunate because her friends are in Alaska, which is like a 4-hour different time zone. So, you know, for them to go to bed at 10 o'clock in Alaska is 2 a.m. here. So things that run all the time in this boat are, we have some of our sailing instruments that are on, like our Windex and our depth sounder. Let's see, we have some certain fans that run, phone chargers that run, our LED lights so that we can see what the heck we're doing after dark. Obviously, like our anchor lights. The ice maker is one of those things that pretty much runs all the time. And refrigerators are also probably one of the biggest power hogs through the day because they're running 24 hours a day no matter what. But with the new batteries, there's auxiliary items that we run a little bit less often. It offers the opportunity for us to run them on the battery or the inverter instead of starting a generator to run them. So one of those things is the Watermaker. The other thing that it has freed us up to do is we've had several northers come through here that have dropped the temperature to be quite cold. So we've been able to use the inverter to run electric blankets overnight. The other things that we have a toaster, we have a kettle, we have a blender. All those are inverted items that we run periodically. So we're able actually now to be able to heat water, to do dishes, and of course showers. So because the hot water heater is AC and it takes quite a bit of energy as well. So it has opened up those options of being able to use those without the generator. We have 560 amp hours of battery, and we have just over 1,000 watts of solar. Now the solar does a pretty good job for us in the summertime. In the summertime, we have like no issues with power at all. The only time we have any issues for power is long periods of time of cloudy days, or the winter when the angle of the sun is not in a good position for solar. And in those cases, we have to supplement with our generator. My wife convinced me to add a washing machine. So the washing machine also takes power, but it's actually really nice because we can spread that through the days, and we can go to the laundromat a lot less and be able to hang our laundry to dry it up on our deck.
Todd's inside here. Let's go see what he's doing.
Good luck.
You have to move.
I'm blocking the door. Can't a person have any privacy in here?
Nope. So from the looks of this, you've unloaded the cupboard.
Unloaded the cupboard. Unloaded the cupboard. We're thinking, why not put a washing machine in and fact, what we're going to do is we're going to try to convert it to coin op, and in anchorages we can charge other cruisers to come and wash their clothes. Side business.
We need a sign on the side of the boat that says laundromat open.
3 pairs of pants and 3 shirts and 2 pairs of socks and a pair of underwear is all you can get in it. So $7.50 a load.
So the big problem with putting the washing machine in here is losing this cupboard, which means we have to find a spot for all of these things. I do not understand how we can have so much stuff on this boat. It just is kind of a constant juggle of you bring things on and you have to find places to get stuff off.
No, we believe that everything is really alive and it procreates. That's just the real answer right there. You start out with 2 wash rags, you come back in, there's 7 of them, but they're all different colors. They don't match anymore.
Every time we're somewhere for very long, we have to go through everything and purge again.
Yeah, because you come into port and you need stuff, you got to provision. And while you're provisioning, you always pick up 3 or 4 extra items, and then if you're there for 2 months, you
shop on Amazon.
Smaller provisions, and then you shop on Amazon, and it's like, oh yeah, so this thing was dirty, and we buy this and that. So
yeah, pretty soon you're like, you have to decide for everything you bring on the boat. You really almost have to take something off.
Well, we did. We threw the yellow rug away, and the new one is coming tomorrow on Amazon. So.
What's that for?
It's a hammer. Did you recognize it?
Okay.
See? It's a hammer.
Liberty's making us lunch. Yum. Well, I was just hoping that you could just set this on there so it's out of the way.
Got to find my tools.
Okay, because it's kind of deep, and I was hoping...
It's deep everywhere. That's the problem. That's a new project that I wasn't on my list until other projects were done,
I
but
knew
now I have more projects.
I knew that some of the stuff from that closet need to go into this space up here before we finish, tidy up that, and we have to.
You work on this.
We have to find places for this.
You can't find places until the projects are done and start putting stuff away. Because the places for these are away.
Right.
Or they just get moved from this couch to that couch. Settee. To the salon. To the pilot berth. To the head. Overboard.
All right.
Well, there's the first piece. Shelf with a bunch of nails in it. The rest of it is what I have to work with right there.
Is it gonna fit? Did it?
Yeah.
So I guess trying to stick it right here probably wasn't a great idea.
No.
Todd vetoed me putting it right here, just sitting right here. So now we look and see if it fits, huh? It's kind of ugly, like maybe it needs to be painted.
It ain't going in and staying there right now.
Okay.
I just want to see how it fits. Because it's too narrow on the bottom. I got to see what it looks like.
How narrow? almost
right there,
fits.
it's hitting in the back. I don't know what's hitting. That. It doesn't need to go back much.
It's so close. That's gonna be awesome.
If I want it to be like that, it doesn't work. It's going to take up the whole closet because the door isn't square with the walls. So in order to be square with the door opening, it has to be turned like this, because that's also the shape of the boat hole in the back.
I see.
So if we want it to be square this way, well, you know, I can get this end in 17 inches, but
Then it's
I
out.
got to go in a long way to get this corner in.
So yeah, it's all right. It doesn't have to be square.
Nice if it was, but because then this is usable, you know.
You're making a giant mess. I'm not complaining. I'm just commenting.
Mess equals progress. Just remember that. Mess generally means stuff is getting done.
Okay. It's getting tight in here.
Always tight out.
Where did these come from?
There's the drawer.
They're on this side?
I had to fish a hose through. Remember? It needs power. It needs
Water.
water. That is a better floor. I mean, it was.
Does the door close?
Of course the door closes.
Because you're that good.
All right.
I gotta find a place to stand so that
You
I
can put
can.
drawers away. I don't need them out anymore over there because I got the hose run already. Look at that.
Look at that. Woo woo.
Fits. So.
Now the lid opens, and how much clearance do we have? Perfect.
I can see. I can put my head in here. All right.
And the only problem is what? We haven't actually tested this machine.
I hope it works.
Me too.
I don't know. I was at work and my wife says, "Hey, I found this machine on one of those for sale sites like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist."
Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. So it does have a good purpose, Facebook Marketplace. So she found this. How much you pay for this?
$100.
$100.
And it came off another boat because they wanted their shower back.
It's pretty clean.
That's a lot of drilling.
Yeah.
Pretty thick. We spent years getting rid of holes in our boat. Now we've added another one.
Do something like that. Well, I'm not done anyway. You get a little bit more stuff on it. Dang it. Try not to make a mess. Go ahead and put the nut on.
It's still threading on. It's not tight yet. All right, now it's tight. It's getting tight. One of the problems is the wrench doesn't fit very well with the foam. Okay, I can't get it any. There it goes, a little tighter.
It's already dark outside.
Is this
I can only get
broken?
one boat project a day done, it seems.
It's in. You did it in already.
Well, yes. So the Thru-Hull is done. I need to anchor this, but I want to try everything first, and this is our supply hose. More?
No. Not for this few of clothes. Small load. On low. So whatever it's currently doing, it flashes.
Filling right there.
Boop, boop, boop. Looks like we have ourselves a washing machine.
Woo!
It's beeping. What's going on?
Appears to be done.
So are they kind of dry?
Well, they're like normal.
They're like normal. They're not wetter than they should be.
Nope.
Well, so now the problem is we did this at night and we have wet clothes.
Guess we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow to hang them out. So we decided to add another battery to our house bank in parallel with the others, which will actually bring it up to an 840 amp hour bank as opposed to a 560 amp hour bank. The reason why we chose to do that, well, weather like this is the reason. 30 knots. 31.7.
Oh, we're dragging.
Oh, we're not dragging yet. Patience. We've gone outside of our circle a little bit.
Okay, did the worst of it go by?
I think so. The minute I start to talk again, though, it won't be. So, all right, getting back to what we were talking about.
Well, did we drag?
If we did, it was 10 feet. It wasn't very much. So, I'm not super worried about it. Should I start over?
This is why we're adding...
You know, we're adding another battery, okay, to our bank. And before I talk about necessarily why, I do want to emphasize 560 amp hours. We actually have plenty of power for what we do 90% or 95% of the time. Days like this, though, where we don't get any sun, especially multiple days in a row, mean that we do drop a lot lower on the battery and actually end up having to use the generator to do some charging. We're also in the worst time of year. I mean, we're just almost to winter solstice here, which is the worst time for solar. So it's hard to be a good comparison on how well the solar works because right now is the worst time for that. But we also wanted to add another one because what we do want to do is add like an induction cooktop for cooking, so we use less propane. And this will give us the opportunity to be able to do that easier in the future without running the bank super low. So we decided to add this in, and I've got to get it installed, but that gets you up to speed with what's going on with our batteries.